2 y 3.
Hello again, everyone. So for this video, we have our equation of a parabola, and we're going to kind of work backwards, and we're going to find the vertex, focus, and directrix. Now, if you don't remember what any of these three are, please go back to Canvas, go to our PowerPoint, and review the notes. The PowerPoint is called Parabolas Updated, and it explains what directrix, focus, and vertex is. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this problem. So we have our current equation. We want to find vertex, focus, and directrix. First thing I would do is compare this equation to our four equations of a parabola. So it doesn't have enough variables to be this equation or this equation. So I'll cross those two options out. It looks similar to this equation and this equation. Now, we see that the left side here starts with a y. This one on the left side, we have x. We have x minus something squared, which is not y and something squared. So I cross this one out and I say it looks closest to this original parabola equation. So we use this equation. We have y and a variable, y and a variable. So we know that vertex is always hk. That's always going to be our vertex. And if we're looking at our original equation, we have y minus k. So this is going to be our k. And for p, x minus h, this is going to be our h. So our h is 3 over 2. And our k is going to be -7. Why is it -7 instead of just 7? It's -7 because if you look at the original equation, we have y minus k. So it would be -7 instead of +7. So that 7 must have originally been -7 because y minus -7, two negatives makes a positive. So now we turn out to have y plus 7. But originally it had to be -7. And x minus h, we have x minus our original h. That's why h is positive. And for this one, our k happens to be negative. All right, so focus, we're using our focus for this formula when our range is -infinity to +infinity. So our focus is h plus p, k. So we know our h is 3 over 2 plus p, and k is -7. So in order to finish finding the focus, we need to find k. We need to find p, right? So how could we find p? We look at our current equation and compare it to our original equation. So from 4p turns into just 4. So what I do is I write an equation. I have 4p, and 4p turns out to be 4. So all I have to do after I have this equation is solve. So I have 4p equals 4, divide both sides by 4, and we get that p equals 1 for this problem. So let me finish. I have 3 over 2 plus 1, -7. And 3 over 2 plus 1 gives us 5 over 2, -7. All right, so we have vertex and we have a focus. This is what we're going to do now. We're going to graph what information we can. We have our vertex, which is 3 over 2, -7. So I'll have to say 3 over 2 is over here. Negative 7 is over here. 3 over 2 is 1.5. And here's our vertex. Our focus is 5 over 2, negative 7. So 5 over 2, let's say somewhere over here. Negative 7, this is our focus. Remember, our vertex is where our parabola opens up, and our focus is going to be inside our parabola. Directrix is going to be not a line that's not on our parabola. To find directrix, we first need to find the distance between vertex and focus. Why is that? Because the vertex is the midpoint between focus and directrix. So vertex has to be in the middle. So the distance from focus to vertex is the distance from 5 over 2 to 3 over 2, or 1.5. So what you could do is you could subtract. We have 5 over 2 minus 3 over 2, and that would give you 2 over 2, which is 1. So the distance from focus to vertex is 1. And if vertex is the midpoint, that means that the distance from vertex to directrix is also going to be 1. So our directrix lies on all of our x values equal 0.5, which is this line right here. This is our directrix. So directrix equals 0.5, or 1/2. It looks a little bit messy, but this is the best I could do on paper and over the camera. If you have any questions, please message me in the inbox, and please practice with these type of problems. We have how to find a equation of a parabola given vertex and focus. You could do the same thing given vertex or directrix. And you also have problems where you have an equation and you need to find vertex, focus, and directrix. So that's it. And let me know if you need help.